Every day, on my hardest days, I would wake up and I would say, you got this. All you have to do is get through today. We're not thinking about tomorrow. We're not thinking about what happened yesterday. We just have to get through today. Around 2015, I took the bold move of changing my life. At that time, I was a very young mother of 3. I was very interested in pursuing higher education and doing something outside of my role in motherhood. At the time, I was married to a very controlling and now, in hindsight, realized abusive partner. At one point or another in the relationship, I was given an ultimatum to quit pursuing my education and quit my job or leave the relationship. And at that point, it was pretty clear I had to leave my relationship. I was very financially unstable at that point in life. I was only working part-time, I had very little savings, but with the help and support and guidance of so many amazing women around me, I found a lawyer and filed for divorce and started my healing journey as an independent person.
When you roadmap your life out, some women, when they're young, they're like, all I dream about is getting married and having that fairy tale life, and that was mine. I met my husband when I was 16, and we were together ever since. Didn't date anybody else. He was the one. We got married and moved to California, and that's where our 2 daughters were born. We had an amazing house, friends, family, everybody close by, and then one day he didn't wake up. He had a heart attack in his sleep, and so, as you can imagine, my life changed immensely, as well as my daughters. We miss him horribly, but we know that we are still here and we are still viable and we have lives to live. Not only me, but they have a full life to live. And from that, we have learned to have compassion for others.
I have not been a stranger to depression, but never to the extent that I felt in 2022. I think with COVID and the intensity of working from home every day and a large-scale corporation, I had to have been on 8 to 10 different medications and nothing seemed to work. I was becoming increasingly quiet, increasingly depressed. I had lost 30 pounds and family and friends were mystified as to what was happening with me. I didn't realize what was happening with me either, but suffice to say that it's classic depression. We did have family friends in the psychiatric, medicine arena who were very helpful. My husband ran thousands of miles to try to find me the right help when I couldn't help myself. In the year 2022, when I felt that my life was unraveling, I became better with the help of ECT and the support of family and friends.
May 9th. I was asleep in my home. At 2:30 in the morning, what woke me up was a voice, and it just said to me, Lisa, get up. I felt like there was an elephant sitting on the left side of my chest, and I couldn't breathe. I sat up, I looked, my body was drenched in sweat. I reached over and grabbed my iPhone and dialed 911. I believe I passed out because the next thing I heard was a voice telling me, Lisa, get up now. And when I got up, at this point now, I grabbed my things and moved on. I suffered a massive heart attack. Later found out it was called a myocardial infarction.
Sadly enough, I was diagnosed with a reoccurrence of breast cancer. I was at my 5-year check-in, and honestly, I was just going to make sure the plastic surgery was holding up. And it was at that time that I got a call the day after, and they found the breast cancer again. For folks who don't know what that means, it means that it impacts and changes your entire life. It impacts and changes the life of your loved ones and your family. It also means that you appreciate life so much more, and you really don't have time to sweat the small stuff in life.
You just have to be true to yourself, be honest, be open, take the help no matter what it is, because people really, really do care about you and they want you to be happy again.
It's very important to live a healthy lifestyle, but you really have to implement it to see the benefits. It is very hard to be an entrepreneur, to show up as a mom, a coworker, a team member, unless you are living a healthy life and taking care of yourself.
Familial support and friendship support is paramount in order to get through something like this. We're in it together, and you're not alone.
You have to take care of yourself. You have to prioritize yourself.
We all come from different backgrounds, we all share different stories, but one thing that we have in common is that we want for others what we want for ourselves.
As a woman, we know that we are responsible for a lot of the planning that goes on in our families, which extends into the communities in which we live, which extends into the offices that we work.
You can't ask for too much help. You have to pull out all the resources. You have to trust your family. You have to trust friends and trust the process.
I know that there are women out there that need to hear these stories, and I know that there are so many resources that are available.
We want to raise women up. We want them to realize their power. We want them to hear their voice, use their voice, and let's get ahead of our health and wellness before the issues and the challenges get ahead of us.